guys, good to see you here. It's Frank and welcome to episode 7 of Frank's Fractal Jam, a series where I invite inspiring artists and musicians from the Fractal community for a short interview and a musical jam. Each guest shares a personal Fractal preset which you can download for free via G66. And now let's get started.
When I tried Fractal, it was big surprise. Like, oh my God, oh, this is the one.
Today my guest is the incredible Japanese cellist Mariko Muranaka. Mariko is an internationally acclaimed artist known for her powerful and expressive performances on both acoustic and electric cello. She has performed on some of the biggest stages in the world with artists and productions such as Cirque du Soleil, Madonna, Adele, Journey, The Eagles, Two Steps from Hell, Andrea Bocelli and Hans Zimmer live. Her versatility spans classical, cinematic, rock and even metal, creating a truly unique and powerful voice on the cello. I am really excited to welcome Mariko to Frank's Fractal Jam. Hi Mariko, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me on Frank's Fractal Jam.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, and to the audience, hi.
Yeah, hi.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, it's so nice seeing you, again.
Yes.
You came to the show on the Hans Zimmer live tour. I remember, we met your family in the green room.
We met at NAMM show 2 times,
Yes.
2 times at Hans Zimmer live. Yeah, that was incredible. Mariko, at some point you moved from Japan to the United States. When did that happen, and what were the biggest challenges when you started your career there?
I was in Tokyo, Japan until 30 years old, and I was performing for TV shows. I had a band there. We are releasing the CDs, original records, doing a tour stuff. Then I got a call from the Cirque du Soleil, when I was 30 years old, and I had an audition and passed immediately, and then jumped in the tour. After that tour was over, that was a Michael Jackson's Immortal World Tour, and it was so much fun, and it was the first time for me to perform on abroad so many times at arenas. And also it was a great opportunity to see the world a little bit, including the United States. And afterwards I got a call from Cirque du Soleil again for another show in Las Vegas. So that was a reason to move to Las Vegas first. Right now I'm in California, but for a long time I was in Las Vegas.
Okay, you live in the States now.
Yes, since 2014 December, and I was in Las Vegas until this year actually.
Okay, awesome.
I left Cirque du Soleil in 2018.
Yes.
Just because I did the same show over 3 years. The show name was Zumanity.
Okay.
And I just wanted to try something, just wanted to challenge something as a freelance. Before that, I used to work for the rock band in the United States as well. So I was, okay, let's try something different stuff as a freelance. I jumped in the rock band tours. And in 2019, I got offer for Madonna tour
Yeah, you perform everything from classical concerts and film music, musicals to rock shows like Wacken Open Air, and then from Cirque du Soleil, Madonna, Adele, Journey, the Eagles, Andrea Bocelli, to the amazing Hans Zimmer. That's such an incredible journey, isn't it?
I feel I'm really lucky. And then I'm truly over 100% fully enjoying on each opportunities and each genres. Yeah, and also the people, each places, they're, the coworkers are amazing. So I'm so grateful to be surrounded by the great people.
What made you explore such a wide range of styles, from classic music, jazz, to metal, with the electric cello and distortion and effects and crazy? Yeah, it's so awesome. People must see your videos.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, I love listening to the many genres of music since I was a child. My mom was not, my mom didn't allow me to watch TV. So my tools to get the musical information was radio.
Yeah.
And I kept listening to the radios, and I think that was kind of good because then I can develop my imagination, what kind of sound it is,
Yes.
what kind of instrument it is, just focus on listening. I started with violin when I was 4 years old, and then piano started. I started piano as well.
Okay.
And 8 years old, I started cellos. So I was doing 3 instruments when I was a child, but ended up choosing cello and went to the musical university just because I love cello. So basically, I was studying classical music until, purely classical, Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, Prokofiev, Rachmaninoff. Because so many great classical composers' music in the university as well. But I just noticed, there is so many talented, also trained classical musicians in the university. And my friends in the same grade, is winning competitions since they were younger, much younger.
Mm-hmm.
Because I decided to enter try the exam much later than other students.
Yes.
Even I was, playing since 4 years old. So I was just thinking, okay, how can I survive this life? How can I make the life with music? Because I didn't, I just wanted to be happy with music, So
Yes.
I was always thinking, how can I be unique? And just realized, what if I played, so many different genres by cello?
Yeah.
Then maybe I can reach to the people through the music and also can enjoy my music life with the people. And that was a start. That's why I made a band when I was in the university.
Yes.
And then we are creating the original music.
Yeah.
And on the TV show, we had to, cover the songs, but it was great because we tried to arrange the songs a lot. So it was really great opportunities, and also get to know about the media stuff. So it was really very unique situation in Japan.
At that time, you already played electric cello?
So when I started the band, I was not playing the electric cello. that was when I was 21. And then around 24, 25, Yamaha released, was releasing the silent cello. And then at the same time, I was listening so many bands music, and I was, maybe if I play the electric cello and then learn the pedal style might be more fun to me.
Yeah.
So that was a start. Beginning was very, very challenging because I never used the pedals in my life.
Yeah.
I think at that time, so that was like almost like 20 or over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Started, started the remote recordings at home. Same time, I was learning about how to use the pedals, how to utilize the cello for many genres music, basically.
Yeah. How did you get into Fractal Audio, and which unit are you currently using live? And do you create your own sounds and presets? And roughly, how many presets do you work with, for example, at Hans Zimmer Live?
So my friend in Vegas, she was a very good violinist, and Jaylene, and she's using Fractal, and she introduced me to use it.
Yes.
I was using the different pedals, including individual and multi-pedal. I tried many things, then I don't think it's great as well. But when I tried Fractal, it was big surprise. Like, oh my God. I'm not sure if I think if you're musicians, you have that moment, you grab some good instruments and then play one note, and you can feel, oh, this is the one, When I tried Fractal and play the one note, and I feel more, my tones got much deeper and also more distinct.
Okay.
So that was the first impression of Fractal, and then since then I'm using Fractal. So it was, I think, right after during the pandemic, I think, in 2020 or 21. Of course, I'm using a different patches, and which I created on each song on the tour, on the Hans Zimmer Live tour, just because, as you know, Hans music, each song has a different vibe, different arrangement, different genres. So sometimes, cello has to be more behind, or sometimes it has to be super solo, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
The cello is the main, so it has to be very sticked out and then solo.
Yeah.
For example, like other songs, Dark Knight, I'm using a very crunchy and very industrial sound just because, Batman.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
then sliding up with guitar has to be much, that the sound has to be matching with Guthrie and Niles guitar.
Yeah.
So I'm creating those type of the sound.
Yes.
Or sometimes we are not playing this piece this time. But last set list on the tour, we had a song Last Sunlight, which is very, very cinematic and orchestral and more kind of the acoustic sound.
Yes.
Then I made somehow I figured out very nice tone. And
yeah, it sounds awesome. Live, it's so beautiful, and you get goosebumps for sure. It's amazing.
His work is amazing. He's very, very hard worker. Even he has many histories, and he's a legend. Yeah. But every day he is making songs. He's performing on the stage nonstop. So his work definitely inspires me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hans Zimmer is pure inspiration.
So he's a very sweet person. He's care about musicians so well. So I'm so grateful to be on a tour with him.
Oh, for sure. In the Hans Zimmer orchestra or band or family, let's say, you're surrounded by incredible musicians. For example, you share the stage with Guthrie. Last concert, you sit next to Guthrie the whole concert. Do you exchange ideas about sound, gear, playing techniques, jam together, or talk about vibrato, phrasing, and nice legato sound or something like that?
When I was 20s, when I wanted to play the electric cello, I was listening to his record a lot.
Oh,
So definitely he's my one of the idols, and he's of course a lot of guitarists admire him, myself as well. And then seeing him right next to me on the stage, definitely a lot of inspirations. And also, I can feel his energy. He's very quiet, but once he starts playing, it's just incredible, amazing.
He speaks through his playing.
Yes, definitely. And on top of that, he's funny. Unfortunately, the English is not my first language.
Yeah.
I wish I could understand his English more. He's very clever.
I think he was a teacher as well, studied literature or something. Do you exchange ideas about technique with Guthrie? Or I ask because I thought after I saw Guthrie the second time with Hans Zimmer, I thought his vibrato changed to a more violin-esque vibrato sometimes.
Oh, I think just because because of myself. No.
It was not you.
The Aristocrats, his band, he's with Marco Minnemann. He's a greatest, amazing, the best drummer I think in the world. I think, and also Brian, who's a bass player. So they are touring right now. I think they are almost finishing the tour right now. It's June 2nd. I think when we release this YouTube or this video, I think the tour is over. But I think right now they are touring, and on that show, he is imitating the violin phrases. He researched, how the sound like, what kind of. That's why he figured out the different vibrato. I don't know, but I never talked about this topic. I just said, "Oh, that was cool," violin sound.
Okay. Mariko, many guitar players are inspired by the expressiveness of string instruments like violin or cello, of course. Do you have any tips for achieving a more smooth legato or string-like phrasing on guitar?
If I could enjoy the between the note, we always focus on the, playing the first passages, how we can, play fast or something like that. But to me, more importantly, how we can enjoy the between the note. I think it's like a sport. If you are like a figure skater, between the skills, big like spinning or like a big jump or something. I think a beautiful jump, we can enjoy every single seconds between the big skills. It's same thing when we play the note. If we can enjoy the between the note, then I think we can make the tone nicely and also play perfectly. I think if we have a good tone, we can enjoy. Yeah, on the each note. So that's why I'm so, using the fractal is very important to me
Yeah.
to make it tone nicely.
You've reached such an incredible level as a cellist. What advice would you give young string players like cellists or violinists who want to develop their sound, their musicality, and their own artistic voice?
I'm so second. I'm so sorry.
You didn't understand the question?
I
No,
didn't.
no problem. We have enough time now.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay.
No problem.
One second. Oops.
Cheers, Mariko.
Cheers. Cheers. It's still morning. So I'm enjoying the coffee.
Yeah, nice. With a rabbit.
Yes, I have a black bunny. He's
Yeah.
playing outside right now.
Mariko, you've reached such an incredible level as a cellist. What advice would you give to young string players like cellists or violinists who want to develop their sound, their musicality, and their own artistic voice?
Stick with whatever you like. There's no like, for example, like if I was playing the many different genres by classical instruments,
Yes.
sometimes people was confused what you were doing,
Yeah.
but I just liked it,
Yeah.
and that led the past what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And so maybe someone will say, "What are you doing? You're not gonna make money by music," or something like that.
Yes.
Maybe true, but
So-
then we are living for the dream, and we are trying to make success no matter what. Please enjoy your dream.
Yes.
Sometimes not easy, for sure. When I was 20s, I was like in the fog because I kind of know what I want to do,
Yeah.
but no one's doing. So I had to create their own way, and then sometimes I get lost.
Yes.
Where I'm going. Maybe like I'm thinking to going straight. Maybe I was not. But I think it's every challenge makes something. So I think maybe sometimes it's not only joy, but will become a joy eventually if you make an effort.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
practice, of course, is sometimes not the fun, but we have to sacrifice something sometimes to get the joy. That's I would say. Yeah, so I think making an effort, if you can enjoy that effort, I think you can continue.
So love
And
what
it's
you
worth it.
do. Love what you do. And
Yeah.
do what you love.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mariko, you are also working on your own music, your own compositions. Can you tell us a bit about recent projects like your collaboration with artists like Marco Minnemann?
Sure. So my album, I think I can finish in a month, or this summer I'm going to. And it's
Awesome.
purely my passion. And then last album I released was 2 years ago, but that was a cover album. And the original CD was in 2018. So this time I feel like more I could spend more time to create more fun stuff, and also could have musicians who I admire, such as Marco Minnemann, and then also a few songs on the bass, Fernando Nali. He's also great bass player. He's like shred, but also having a nice space between the notes, and I love that. And then I still have also Stephen Dorr and Omer from Hans Zimmer production. They are helping to polish my sounds, and this time, 2 songs, I did the orchestra recording.
Yeah.
So that was fun as well. I did a
In
record.
Prague. The
Yes, in
recordings
Prague.
from
Oh,
Prague.
thank you so much
Yeah,
for knowing
yeah,
that.
amazing. I love that. Yeah,
Yes.
I wanted to do that song as well, but the other fits better, I think,
Yes, I
for
know that.
our jam and for the Fractal community. So, but with the,
Yeah, I totally understand.
yeah,
So 2 songs, which was like only orchestra. I had a 70 track,
yeah,
70 tracks, and it was like, oh my God, it was a lot. Um, but yeah, it sounded beautifully, and also I'm going to make 2 more songs, and then oh
yeah.
yeah, and I'm thinking to have more musicians as well, but I haven't reached out yet. So let's see. But also the kunoichi, which we are going to jam.
Yes.
I had a shamisen player from Japan. Her name is Sayo, and she's very, very famous and also
Yeah,
great
playing is
player.
great. I love that.
Yeah.
But what's the meaning of the
Oh,
title
kunoichi?
and the song? Yeah, Konochi.
Kunoichi is a female ninja.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, and then has a little lyrics, and
Yeah.
you are not alone. It's sounds like it's very cheesy, but I think it works for everybody.
Yes.
When we are making a music, of course you can enjoy making the music by yourself or but also I think music, when it's heard by audience, it become a music as well.
Yeah.
There's the 2 steps. When we create the music, it's music. But also when we had a audience, that's another, became music
Yes.
to enjoy. So
Yeah.
so I just wanted to make a songs which has a meaning, even I don't have a lyrics. Kunoichi is a more like, I would not say female power because that's not what I want to say.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to like silent, quiet strengths.
Yeah.
That's my that was a
Okay.
topic of that song.
Mariko, the last question. Normally a
Yes.
fun question. Most of the time I ask people about food, but
Okay.
I don't want to ask something about food because we all know Japanese food is the best food in the world. So now
Well,
I want to ask. You've played so many incredible shows with so many incredible artists and bands. What's one moment on stage that you will never forget?
wow, that's a really difficult question. We are playing the same shows on the tour, but there is a moment we connect on the stage, with each person on the tour, or like on that show. And when we feel that connection, I think that's the most fun part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You have a lot of great connection with the audience. That's amazing. It's really like there is a family on stage and the people, the listeners are part of the family as well. At the end of the show, there is a big, I don't know, 20,000 people family or something like that. Isn't it? Everybody is happy. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think last tour we had a 600,000 audience total.
Yeah, crazy.
So that's pretty big audience,
That's big.
Uh, yeah, it is big. And Hans told me at his studio, "Do you think we did a great tour? At least we had a 600,000 people." And I said, "Hans, that's huge.
That's huge.
He said something like, "Oh, yeah, I met the 10 people." No, it's 600,000 people. That's a huge, and congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Mariko, thank you so much for being part of Frank's Fractal Jam. I really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Thank you, Frank.
Arigatou gozaimashita, Mariko-san.
ありがとうございました。Dankeschön.
Bitteschön. Thank you so much for watching Frank's Fractal Jam. You can download the free Fractal presets on the G66 website. Link in the description below. Who should I invite next? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. See you next time, and always remember, get your kicks at G66.